are part only the using the just like portal part. They can only see the information. They cannot do create, update, or delete. They cannot do nothing. They are only allowed to see the where exactly our address is registered and where our plots is registered and where our buildings is registered, even though inside the building where our floor is registered and which person assigned to this one, or maybe multiple person is assigned, they are allowed to see the information. That's why I say this is the really complicated and really content management system. How can divide your application to be depending how the customer would like to see. Maybe there's some customer says one company or one authority is responsible to only the register the people, and one is responsible to register the plots. Only other is responsible to register the buildings. That's all the independent way to do their applications. That means that your application you have such a models to contain your content in different way. That means this application can be really modularized. Like that's why the idea to share with you how we modularize your application. You have a central application, but depending who are you, who are logged in, then you see the features that you needed. Maybe admin user can see everything. Maybe some desktop officer or some city planning authority can see only the buildings and plots. Other thing he cannot allow to do. And the other part, the registration part, is different. Other part that he is not allowed to see who the register user. He get the register user information from here and put it his number, the register number, and this user look for this register number. Okay, I get it, the register number. Then now I try to register on, even though this is the important one, the role, defined role. Maybe this the guy has only allowed to generate is this the now this the register user is has only plots. He cannot, with this register user, he cannot build the buildings. He cannot build the floors. To register belongs to him. That's the constraint. The set of roles is admin role or as a user role, as a desktop roles or executive role, depending. That's why I said this is the systematic way to maintain your content. So if you go to the plot user, so is he put it here which user you are, which the register user. Even though you can I have some validations, but still this is the version is not included the validation. Then you can check it. Is it the user already registered? Is it the user physical address, geographical address already into the systems? Then you can do this a lot of things. That means you are communicating other applications to check it. Is it my information? When I try to build, is it my information is right? As like national database, like if you try to build your passport, you need to be checked. Is it my birth certificate number is still exist in the system? If his birth certificate exists, then you can go next step to build your passport. That's the idea. So that means that one authority is building one part of the application, one authority is responsible one part of the application. That's the content management, how our enterprise application works. So let's say now we are in the portal. That's we explain this is one of the authority. Then he would like to allow it, even though you can control this part of the application. So I try to register which our register buildings, because I am logged in as a simple user, because as a main user I can see everything. You see our register buildings here. It's here all the register buildings that for this application at the moment that we have it. This is here. So even though here, if you go to our register plots, you can see the register plots is here, and then you see the all part and where our register users. The user, this is done by the other, but this guy who is using the map portals, he is only allowed to see where who. Is it register users or is it plots or the buildings or floors and all additional information, even though he can give, okay, I go to the road network, I need to some region, I need a really road network information. So this is the road network information coming from the GeoServer. This part also GeoServer. So you need to go to the navigator. Is something maybe the police would like to use this information, the portal user. Then police, okay, something happened with these buildings, then he can go there and detect it. Or maybe some wrong in into this user, maybe some occurrence is happening, then he can go, okay, here my application. Hey, he can, even though he can do route planning, but this application is not route planning, and he can go to the shortest path with some other transportation mode, even though this is possible to integrate it depending on the client. Client says we need just our registration process, not the route planning, or not the navigator, even though I can do it very quickly to fix it. So this is the information. Now there is a possibility to come up with the satellite map, Google satellite maps. See here somewhere there's some restriction to come up. I cannot put it the satellite maps, and this is only the development uses. This is OpenStreetMaps, and this is the street maps, and Google been part of this. So it's working application. So there is a lot, many possibilities to come up uh, how you present your data. Even though I try, let's have a look in the screencast number 34.24 that detail how can you get this information, exactly the same information in the Google Earth. Then we know really three-dimensional form, you can see it. That's the option that we have it. So that means this is the portal part, only see the information where it's located. With this portal, you can build some navigation, some sort of tools, or some sort of information that works. Yes, I believe that works. You can do. And I try to integrate something here, some features like you can digitize it, something here. But still, I am not preparing the how the backend store this information. Maybe you can build it like this polygon, this polygon, this polygon, and store this polygon into the database. You can, even though write down, you can build these routes also. I mean, even though this, okay, you write down, or you can build some POIs. That's this thing. And is this important? I store it. This is the extra layer, the base layer, so you can delete it. So just like presenting how the system works, how it has to be done in the next plan, next release. Maybe some user said we can directly edit our objects here, and then the object has to be stored somewhere in the database. Yes, we have it already. We already did all informations. That's still possible. That's our plan. That's the when I did the developments, the plan. Okay, we need to be all features need to be maybe a point of interest. You can do it. You see here, this works. And if zoom on functionalities, you can map it. You can do here. Yes, that is possible. And here I can zoom in, zoom out the complete application, and then depending which are. So you see the red alert, and even though Google has some restrictions to come up at a certain zoom level, but if you are OpenStreetMap, then this can go to the really more detailed level, the application. That means you can go directly to the to the to the to the proper accurate information, like you can go not more that one, then you can digitize your information, and you store locally, double click it, and it closes it automatically, your polygons. And then in the line case, you can just do it like the like PUI case, that like in hospitals, the plus signs, you say this is the hospitals. You can click it, and that's all. Double click and finish it. And this is the browser, the runtime browser store the information. If the future, our product will be run with we digitize our application, put it the application data into the database, and next time and visualize this with the GeoServer to store that. That's why we explain here the visualizations, this part. So which part is missing? Because I explain you this application with this release, it doesn't works. Works means I have a Selenium test, it says it failed. Now I need to be checked, is it my application in the locally, my development application working? If it's working, then everything is perfect. There's no problems anymore. So that means, so we deploy, we generate our standalone jar file with Spring Boot profiling, we run our script, and we build a script depending which environment you install your applications, and then we integrate our Selenium test cases and run the Selenium test cases with different environments. It works. And if something happen,